Will you look at this baby right here? They taste just like cherries. They're so sweet. Would you believe that? My lemon cucumbers are by far my favorite in the garden. My purple green beans. Now, I call them purple green beans. Hey y'all, this is Dr. Nashlie with the Garden of Nash. Thanks so much for tuning in. I wanted to get out here and show you all. I don't have my good camera with me, but I wanted to make sure I get this video out so y'all can see everything we're growing here in the Garden of Nash in July. Getting into mid-July, it's not too late to plant things. Let's get into the video. All right, y'all, the self-guided tour. Of course, my quinoa, and it is looking pretty lovely. Now, I started this quinoa from seeds in this bed right here. It was very small. Starting out, as you can see, it's very tall. They did say this would get 3 to 4 feet tall. I didn't believe it, like something, I don't know, but I guess what's happening is it's getting so big, and you can see the little parts of the quinoa. This is eventually gonna turn red and dry out, red, yellow, orange. This is a rainbow variety, and when they dry out, these leaves start to fall off, and so we actually can eat the leaves too. They kind of taste like a mixture between spinach as well as arugula a little bit. So I like it. I got a few flowers over here too, some Peruvian zinnias, some cosmos that look really pretty as well. And so it just gives it an extra little look. All right, moving along. I was trying to create some trellises here. This is basically what we were looking to start a little bit earlier in the season, but they still grew. So these are actually melons. And so I have them on trellises. There's maybe 3 of them there. Not sure how these are gonna do. I was just really doing an experiment because I got them kind of close to the African marigolds, as you can see here. They're getting ready to bloom. And I have some roses I planted with the cow pots over there. So I'm not sure if those are gonna grow as much for these melons, but that's why we're doing the experiment. They're actually cantaloupe, so we'll see. Now, of course, we got our thyme, lemon thyme actually, and our mint. That's actually a chocolate mint. But will you look at this baby right here? This is a Japanese kombucha winter squash. We got some more little babies coming on that vine too. I love the flowers here. These flowers are edible as well, believe it or not. Now, we did a whole video about pests. This is looking so good. The pests are not getting to it. You look at our previous video to know all about how we avoid pests here. All right, so now, of course, we got our okra. Now, remember, these were actually all volunteer okra. And so I was so happy to know that they were able to come up. I think there were about 12 or so, actually. I got those kind of intermingled with a few other plants, like it's got some jalapeno peppers here. I think there's one over there. I had to pull one up because the hornworms got to it. This is actually a combination. This is a Thai chili pepper with Thai basil. How about that? So I was able to do both of those. So love Thai food. Not that I know how to make it, but we're gonna try. I see also there is my lemon balm here, and I like making teas with it. Got my tomatoes falling over there. Let me pick that back up. And as you can see down here, we got our mother rosemary doing her thing. And then we have our tomatoes that are growing. We've gotten several tomatoes off of here. This one's probably reaching the end of its life cycle. And of course, we got a new tomato coming up here. I think this is one of the bigger tomatoes, either the Better Boy or the Brandywine. I can't remember which one. We also have, of course, basil. You got to load up on that. And of course, these are our cherry tomatoes. They're doing so right now. And I think these are just a matter of getting ready to harvest them. These, I promise you, they taste just like cherries. They're so sweet. And of course, we got some peppers down. I think that's a serrano pepper. I just put that down not too long ago. Before I move on, gotta have our African marigolds. These things keep us safe. And the butterflies love the African marigold. The butterflies, the hummingbirds. And you got our hummingbird feeder up there. You'll probably be seeing the hummingbirds flying in and out. Now, let me go up here really quick. I want to show you all. We had some hornworm issues up here before we had our African marigolds, but now we're looking good. Now, remember I was wondering how to get big bell peppers? We'll do a video on that, but we got them. Of course, we got our basil there. That's our purple basil or burgundy basil. We got tomatoes. These are bush tomatoes, meaning that they're actually determinate tomatoes. So this is probably as big as they're gonna get. And they're gonna, once they produce all the tomatoes, the plant is pretty much just gonna die out. So you see we got some other peppers intermingled there. My purple bell pepper, the hornworms got to it. I had to get rid of that one, unfortunately, but I also have a cinnamon basil over there. It's not as big, loud of a smell as a regular basil, but it is still, you know, effective. See our other tomato that's growing up. Now that one's actually a pole tomato. It's gonna grow up a vine. Got a lot of okra over there too. So we're gonna basically be taking that and hopefully getting ready to harvest some of that okra over there that's coming up as well. All right, so moving along, this trellis here, if y'all remember from my old video, we put this trellis together. I basically had put several things in here. So we have, I think that's a hibiscus plant right there. We have our sweet potatoes here. You can see the vines. We have grapes as well. And we have beans in there. And so if you look really closely, there's probably a few beets in there spread around as well, especially over there too, on the back side of that. But yeah, these are going pretty well. And of course, how can I forget our beans? The beans are up there. They're looking pretty good. Those are our yard-long pole beans. Such pretty flowers right there. Just love those flowers, y'all. They really do. All right, so I have, now this is a blackberry bush. We're gonna actually end up moving that. Those things are notorious. Oh, that rosemary smells so good. I smell it. It's pretty strong too. Yeah, I was doing a little experiment here to see if I can get my watermelon seeds. I ate a watermelon and I dumped the seeds over here, and those things are actually growing. Would you believe that? There's no fertilizer or anything, so we'll see how well that goes. Now, I was doing a little experiment here. This is actually a soursop seed, y'all. So we'll probably do another video on how that is going, but I'm very surprised. All right, so of course we got some knockout rose bushes here. Love color in the garden. And this year we definitely got to do some more flowers, so it really, pollinators love that too. Same thing on this side of the trellis that we got over there. Just a plethora of lots of different flowers. I'm doing an experiment here. There's actually some beets in here. And we also have our sweet potatoes. These are actually the purple sweet potatoes. You can kind of see little purplish on the, around the leaves there. And so we'll see how those do. We now got some more blackberry bushes. Gonna get those out of here too. Sage is over here, smells so good. Got some more beets and lettuce over there. I think this is, I'm actually not sure what that is, but I'm gonna have to, if y'all know what that is, comment below. Let me know what you think that is. I'm gonna have to look that one up. I think it's just like a weed, but we'll see. I wanna say nettle or something like that. Now, you may be wondering what's going on here. So these are my mustard seeds. I think they were the broadleaf mustards, Florida broadleaf or Georgia broadleaf. And I'm basically just letting these go to seed, y'all. So once these go to seed, they'll dry out and we'll be able to plant some more of these mustards next year. The pollinators love these as well. That's why I got these out here. And I also wanted my arugula. So here's arugula right here. It's actually this white flower. The mustards are the yellow flowers, but they grow very similar. As you can see, the seeds are in these little pods right here. So once we get that, we can save those for next year. Now, believe it or not, these are actually cilantro that are going to seed. And you know, when cilantro goes to seed, it actually turns into coriander. And also have some garlic chives in here. All things that help with the pests, even though I don't think it helped as well with the greens over here. I kind of neglected those a little bit because I knew they were going to seed. moving on along, I saw this tomato plant actually popped up over here. I was like, where'd that come from? But it's looking pretty good, so I think I'm gonna leave it. I had some nasturtiums. They kind of went with the summer, but we also got strawberries here. I found out strawberries are perennials, and so they actually jump like vines, so this is probably going to end up taking over. Hopefully we'll have a lot of great big strawberries next year. Of course, that's actually lavender over there. Love the smell of that lavender. You can make soaps with that too. And here's my famous, this actually went viral on TikTok and Instagram, Facebook. If y'all don't follow me over there, please do. Garden of Nash on those platforms, or you could just search for it. But I think my lemon cucumbers are by far my favorite in the garden. I thought this vine was done because it looks like it's struggling. It looks a little like it's on the struggle bus, but it is actually still producing. And look, we still got flowers. The bees love it over here. So I found out bees don't actually pollinate these cucurbits. They just eat the nectar from it, which I thought was pretty interesting, which I guess in turn that does pollinate them, but they're not intending to pollinate. They're just drinking the nectar. Little fun fact there. But now we actually have our squash here. We have a zucchini there. There's some dill there. Can't wait to pickle my lemon cucumbers over here, actually. But there's some little things growing up there, like those watermelon. I think I want to say there's some okra in there. There's some sweet potatoes in there as well. Also have some additional watermelon vines growing up there as an experiment to see how well it does. Y'all, those squash beetles, squash bugs, oh my God, they gave me a run for my money this summer for sure, and it's still going, but I've definitely been battling it. Again, check our video we just did, the last video, if you want to know more about how we battled the pests. So the leaves are actually looking good over here too, but every now and then I gotta come out because I see the eggs laid over there, squash vine borers, and I just pick them off with tape, or I cut it off and burn them off or something like that. So we're looking pretty good so far in the Garden of Nash. I got a couple more beds over here. Now this is actually a asparagus. I know, right? Who grows asparagus? I don't really, but this is my first time growing it, so we'll see how well it does. But hey, it's taking off. I remember when I first bought it, it's just like two little things coming up, but they actually say for this asparagus, you want to keep it there for maybe, I don't know. They told me not to harvest any of it this year, being the first year it's actually in the bed here. So we're gonna listen to the experts and hope that in turn next year, these little seeds or whatever happens is gonna go back into the soil, and hopefully that still works with my mulch though, but to be determined. But it's gonna come back even stronger next year. I kind of like how I got the chamomile right next to it, because they kind of like woolly, like woolly hair. These chamomile seeds flowers are kind of dead or going out of season, but it still smells really good. Like I can brush up against it, and man, it just has a great fresh smell to it. And this thing is just so long. I'm probably gonna have to cut it or trim it. I have to look that up. If you grow chamomile, let me know what you do. Now I just put this in here. This is actually marjoram, and so marjoram is really good for you. I think it's very similar to, very similar to oregano, but there's different health benefits, but very good herbs for you. Now, those are actually my bearded irises up there. They only bloom in the early spring. And so they're actually the first things that bloom for the season. Now, all of these, most of what you see here is, you guessed it, my purple green beans. Now, I call them purple green beans because they look purple, but as soon as you cook them, they turn green. That's actually a chemical that makes it purple, Really similar to how blueberries look purple, but they're actually not purple. And so I also have this winter squash over here. I think this is winter squash, or it may be cucumbers, but I guess we'll find out soon enough. So I got a few of them scattered around here, but that's that. Now, one more thing I wanted to show y'all before we go, make my way back over here. Now, this is my new garden bed that I actually had put together. The hubby put this together for me. Now it has this cover, and so it's called the Vegepod, if you're interested in that. So it has this little hookup where you can hook it up to a hose and you can do misting, but it also has where you can water it from below. So these little trays in the bottom, they hold water. They actually hold extra water to pull the roots down. So in here I have some habanero peppers, and I actually have some broccoli that I'm growing. So all those things that grow in the fall before the last frost, before the first frost, I'm sorry, you can start growing them now. So that's cauliflower, broccoli, other brassicas. I also put down some more potatoes, sweet potatoes. I think those are the purple ones. And then below here, we got a surprise. Hopefully, well, I'll go ahead and tell you. Hopefully we can get some ginger to grow up through here. I love ginger. Definitely need that for the winter time too, to help keep you from getting sick. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope that you enjoyed it. As you know, I have a couple of things, a couple of experiments in the works. We got a banana plant, got some blueberry plants we're gonna be experimenting with. Also a few things up there on the hill, some fruit trees I didn't mention, and some other shrubs we're trying to grow. I got another corner, and I got a front bed as well that we're looking to put some things in and continue to grow. So remember that the more you grow, the more you know, and it's just so much out there in the garden. So please, please, I ask, look at those hummingbirds back there. Have you started your garden yet?